Welcome to the OCBC Financial Masterclass. I'm Vasu Menon, a Senior Investment Strategist at OCBC's Wealth Management Unit. My job involves putting together the bank's views on the outlook for financial markets and communicating this to clients. Aside from this, I also dish out financial advice on topics related to financial planning and life goals. Today, I'm going to talk about debt. For some people, the word debt sounds like a terrible thing, and it can be if you don't know how to manage it. But how do we avoid that situation and instead become the masters of debt? That's what I'll be addressing in this video. For most of us, we need to take on debt to finance the big purchases in life. We take out housing loans, education loans, business loans, or even car loans. When you take on big and long-term commitments like this, your liabilities may exceed your assets. That means the amount of money you owe exceeds the total value of the assets you own. But this is not necessarily a bad thing. For most of us, this is an inevitable part of life when we have multiple commitments, especially when we start a family. So don't worry, having more liabilities and assets does not need to be a permanent state of affairs, as long as you can meet your monthly loan repayments. But that can be hard if you don't plan, or as they say, bite off more than you can chew. Take credit card debt, for example. This can easily spiral out of control, even if it's on smaller purchases. It's easy to lose control of what you're spending on and go beyond what you had budgeted. And when you can't pay off your credit card in full and on time, the consequences can be dire. The interest charged on outstanding credit card balances can be as high as 26% per annum. Delaying payment can result in late payment charges being slapped on the outstanding balance, which magnifies the amount owed. Did you know that if you have a $10,000 credit card bill where you only make the minimum repayment each month, you could end up paying almost $3,000 per year in compound interest? And if you own multiple cards and find yourself unable to pay the bills in full and on time, you need to understand the consequences. A bad credit rating because of missed payments could make it harder for you to get loans in the future. For example, it could stop you from buying a home after you get married if you need a home loan to make the purchase. I'm sure this is something any married couple would want to avoid when they are just beginning their journey in life together. If you're already drowning in debt, the most dangerous thing you can do is to sit on it and do nothing. You need to plan immediately. For a start, list down all your loans, from a housing loan to that few $100s that you still owe your uncle. Put it all down on a piece of paper. Then prioritize. Priority should be given to loans that charge the highest interest rates or those that are already overdue. Pay off those first so the interest charges don't snowball. Give yourself deadlines, 6 months for instance, then work out how much you need to set aside each month to do it. You're probably going to have to cut down on your expenses where possible, especially on your wants. Any funds available after spending on your needs should be put towards repaying your loans. Now, if all this is challenging, approach your bank or lender to discuss ways to restructure your loan. Many people's instinct would be the opposite. They start avoiding the bank. But by showing that you're interested in repaying your bills as soon as possible, your bank will likely be more open towards working out a repayment arrangement with you. As you can see, debt only becomes a problem when a person drowns in it and struggles to make their monthly loan repayments. Most people will need to borrow at some point in their lives. But if we keep a close watch on our loans and conscientiously and consistently repay them on time, then there's little to worry about. That's why we say that debt is a good servant but a terrible master. I hope that what I've shared with you today is helpful and you will be able to keep yourself on the right side of debt always.